I've been coaching men for 16 years, and I've watched the same thing happen over and over. A bloke gets strong and in good shape, his wife notices first, then his mates, then the people at work. But the change that actually matters, the one that makes him stick with this long term, that's his kids. The way they look at him shifts completely. And if you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, I've started to let myself slide, even though you've had the best intentions and you're not lazy, but right now you're living in a body that you don't recognize. You feel heavy, you feel tired, you're lacking energy, you forgot what it feels like to be properly strong and actually capable. The mistake most blokes make is thinking that this is all about vanity and abs, looking good with your shirt off. And don't get me wrong, that isn't important, but your body is a signal. It speaks before you open your mouth, and your kids are reading it every single day. When you're 22 and in decent shape, nobody's really impressed. When you're 42 and in properly good shape, you're a different species. People notice, and I'm not talking about strangers at the beach. I'm talking about the people in your house, the little ones who are watching everything you do. I had a client, Joel, still works with me, trains at home, pull-up bar and rings, 30 to 45-minute sessions, 3 or 4 times a week. And he got properly strong. You know, he's doing sets of 10 to 15 pull-ups with 40 pounds added to his weight, and he dropped 50 pounds. He's lean, he's capable, he moves well. When I asked him what the biggest change was, he didn't say his pull-up numbers, he didn't say his waist measurement, he said his son started copying him. The kid would come into the garage, hang off the rings, trying to do what his dad was doing. That's the thing. They don't listen to what you say, they watch what you do. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, well, it's easy for him, he's got a garage with home equipment, he's got X time, he's got X, Y, Z going on, stop. You're handing all your power away. I've got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. I run a business. My missus works. I train BJJ. I train in my garage. Do I have more hours in the day than you? No. I've just decided what's non-negotiable. Kids can be the reason you don't train, or they can be the reason you do. Same kids, same 24 hours, same chaos, different choice. Picture this. Saturday morning, playground, 2 dads, same age, same number of kids, same chaos at home. First dad is on the bench, phone out, he's waiting for it to be over. When he gets up, he groans, grabs his lower back, he sinks back down, arms folded over his belly. He's invisible, and he knows it. The second dad, he's on the monkey bars. His kid is hanging off his back while he's doing pull-ups. The kid is counting the reps, screaming with laughter, wanting to copy everything that he does. Now the thing is, both these dads have busy jobs. They both have a mortgage. They both have responsibilities. They both have a lot of shit going on. They both have the same sleep deprivation. The difference is one of them decided to stop accepting the decline. That's it. A strong body is discipline you can see. It commands respect before you've said a word. Is that vanity? Some people might say yes. You can let them think what they think. You're not doing it for them. But what happens when you actually start? Something that nobody really warns you about is, if you've been overweight for a long time and you're used to hiding, right? Big black t-shirts, extra large, arms crossed over your belly, always pulling it down, never wanting anything to be on show, making yourself smaller and invisible. And some of that may be subconscious, right? But all of a sudden when you start to get in better shape, you're not invisible anymore. You're feeling better about yourself. And that takes a little bit of getting used to. Some blokes will sabotage themselves right there because they feel that the attention that they're getting is wrong. Don't. And yeah, people will have their opinions. Some will want to know how you're doing it. What's your routine? I've been meaning to get back in the gym. What's your workout look like? You'll hear that a lot. Others will take the piss and disguise it as banter. Let them. The ones who are threatened by it will never say it to your face. They'll always talk behind your back about it. They'll project. They'll assume you're neglecting your family, that you're vain, that you're taking some special supplement or steroid even. Not because any of it's true, but because it's easier for them to project like that than actually look in the mirror and be honest with themselves. Most people are terrified of standing out. And if you're out of shape, you probably spent years trying not to. It's time to be the main character in your own life. Carol, my missus and I have an agreement. We've had it since we got together. Every day, 30 minutes of something gets done, and it's non-negotiable, whether that's jiu-jitsu training, which is normally a bit longer than 30 minutes, whether it's a training session in the garage, whether it's going out for a run, whether it's even just sitting down and reading. But it's protected time. Now, most blokes have this backwards when they've got kids and they're in a relationship. They try to make everyone happy all the time, everyone except themselves. They think that they're being a good dad, that they're not being selfish. But it doesn't work like that. You're being a doormat and your kids will notice. Let me give you a real example. Sunday night, terrible sleep. I was up all night with the kids. Couldn't make BJJ in the morning. Fair enough, life happens. But when Carol woke up, I said, I didn't get to BJJ. I hope you slept well. I'm going for a quick run. Was she thrilled that I was out of the house for 30 minutes? No. But does she respect me for sticking to it and understand? Yes. I didn't want to go for that run. But it happens because the boundary and the agreement that we set already exists. It's not a negotiation every time. It's the agreement to myself and to my family. Your kids are watching how you hold that line, whether you believe they are or they're not. I was on a call with a guy about a year ago, and I asked him why he reached out. Why now? He went quiet for a second and paused. Then he told me he'd overheard a kid at his school say to his daughter, "Your dad's so fat." She was 5. She was 5 years old, and some kid at school had already decided that her dad was the fat one. That's the thing about kids. They'll tell you what you don't want to hear. They don't really have a filter. They just say it. And sometimes it takes that punch in the gut for us to actually wake up and do something about it. Now, flip it on the head. I've got another guy I'm working with. He started training with me, got himself in shape. Now when he walks his son to school, they jog and they stop sometimes and they do push-ups and they have fun with it. And his son started saying to other kids, "My dad's so fast, my dad's the strongest." Like he's talking about a superhero. He's obviously not. He's just a dad who decided to stop accepting the decline. But to his kid, he's Superman. He's Batman. He's the superhero on TV. Because his kid can see the difference. Kids don't care about your job title. They care about whether you can run with them, whether you can carry them up the stairs without getting out of breath, whether you can play with them for hours at a time without feeling winded, whether you're present or whether you're hiding. Children will be what they see. So how do they see you? My dad's the strongest man in the whole wide world. Or your dad's so fat. You decide which one. Nobody else. And here's something else for you to think about. Don't wait for your partner to tell you. She won't. Women have a lot of empathy. They never want to hurt your feelings, typically anyway. So they say nothing. Meanwhile, deep down, they resent you for letting yourself go. And over time, that builds up. But it builds up over years and years. And by the time anyone says anything, it's usually too late. I know this because I learned this the hard way 5.5, 6 years ago. My life kind of fell apart. Divorce, left the UK, moved to Portugal with nothing. Just me and my dog and a bag and our car because we got the ferry across. Fitness was the only thing that stayed solid when everything else was kind of crumbling around me. It became the anchor, and I rebuilt from it. New country, new life, new family. But I can tell you this, fixing your body before everything breaks is a lot less painful than using it to put yourself back together. Don't wait for the crisis, because that's the moment you stop being the dad on the bench and become the one your kids brag about. And you don't need a crisis to make that switch. It's time for you to stop hiding. It's time for you to stop buying the biggest shirts. It's time for you to stop wearing black to hide your physique. Stop telling yourself this is just what happens when you've got kids. It's not. It's what happens when you stop trying and you almost accept it as an inevitability. Most blokes watching this won't do a single fucking thing. They'll watch, maybe they'll feel a little bit of a stink, and then they'll just scroll to the next thing. They'll accept staying comfortable because getting uncomfortable is hard. They'll accept the slow decline. They'll stay the dad on the bench. If you're still here, I'm assuming you're not one of those blokes. So here's what I want you to do. If you're ready to make a change, and you have decided enough is enough, no more out-of-shape fat dad, click the link in the description to apply to work with me. Let's get you on the right path. Today, not tomorrow, today. Don't be the dad they talk about. Be the dad they brag about.